Well, let's look at the ark. Okay? You know, as we travel around, usually the ark is portrayed as a little bitty boat with animals pooched all over it. Well, the pictures are really cute, aren't they? But is that what it was really like during the flood? Was it a little bitty boat with animals crammed all over on this boat? Well, let's find out the truth. Let's go to what does the Bible say? What does it say about the ark? How big was the ark? Well, the Bible tells us that the ark was 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits tall. So that's all well and good, but what on earth is a cubit? Well, if you all raise your hand like that, you actually held up a cubit measuring stick. A cubit is a Hebrew measurement from your elbows to the tips of your fingers. Now, who built the ark? Noah built the ark. So I got a question. Whose cubit did he use? Did he use his own, or did he pack his kid around underneath his arm all day, all right, using his kid's cubit? It'd be a lot easier to use your own. You'd always know where to find it, wouldn't you, all right? So we're going to use a man's cubit, and we're going to use what they believe was the cubit was probably 17 and a half. We're going to measure it out to 18 inches just to make the math real simple, okay? 18 inches is a foot and a half. That means, doing a little bit of mathematics, that the ark was actually 450 feet long by 70 feet wide by 45 feet tall. Well, how big is that? How many of you guys ever watched a football game before? How big was that football field? Yeah, 100 yards. Or how many feet? 300 feet. That means, guys, what you actually have to do is go out and find one football field someplace, go find another one, chop it in half, and drag it over and stick it on the end of that other football field. That's how long it was. A football field and a half long. Also, the ark was 3 decks high, so actually you could watch 4.5 football games being played all at the same time on that ark. If you like basketball better, you actually could have watched 20 games. So was it a little bitty boat? No, it was big, wasn't it? Well, what about the animals? How many animals actually had to go on that ark? Did they all have to go on? Does it say that Noah built an aquarium on the ark? Did he have to put all the fish on there? No. What kind of animals had to actually go on the ark? Well, the Bible tells us the land animals that breathe there. And even a lot of insects wouldn't have to go on there because not all insects breathe there. So it was the land animals that had to breathe there. That's the kind that had to go on the ark. Well, they've studied today, and they find most animals fall in between about the size of a rat and the size of a sheep. And they've determined that to all the animals we see today, only 20,000 animals actually had to go on to know about the animals we see today. But just to make sure, let's add some to it. Let's go even up to 50,000. Did you know that the ark could actually hold 125,000 sheep-sized animals? So, actually, if with only 50,000, you would have had only one deck filled with animals, another deck with food, and another deck for all the people that were supposed to get on the ark. Because God didn't want anybody to perish. He wanted everybody on there, essentially, or anybody who wanted to come. But what happened? Did man come to God to get on the ark? No, we're going to find out.